23 seconds left in the first half. And here's Bogut. Still without a basket.
And at a cool 7 feet tall, Andrew Bogut was made for that low post position. He can just feel the pain and has great instincts for finding the blocks.
And Bogut drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Suggs looking around. Thompson in the corner. And stolen by Spates. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Charlotte leads by 2. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Now here's Murray. Pass to KD. Shoots it up. Nails the wide open jump shot.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Bogut drives in. And finished off by Bogut.
And showing a little athleticism off the drive. I like how easily Bogut gets up into the air.
Murray down low. Pass to Porzingis. Clock at 6. Here's KD. Virginia Beach pulls it in. To tie it up. And Bogut finishes inside. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And the Aussie Bogut just outstanding at gutting it through there in the finish.
Now Murray to the inside. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Going to the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Durant driving the lane. Count that one.
Well, let's remember, Kevin Durant is superb at scoring at the rim. He's so long, it doesn't matter if you push him, shove him, he stays focused.
Here's Wembanyama. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And here's KD for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Boy, Kevin Durant, a quick release and from distance.
Here's Green. Yep, that one goes.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Here's Durant. Oh, Durant imposing his will.
Well, this is exactly how you want to attack the defense. Kevin Durant accepting the punishment, but refuses to be denied.
Wembanyama with the bucket.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
To the paint. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Pass to Williams. Here's Suggs. Isaac a screen. Suggs with the ball. Now Green defending. Releases. And it's Suggs missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Here's Green. Can't get it to fall. And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. It's a 3-point game. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Outside Curry. Offensive rebound. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, Charlotte. Pass to Spates. To tie it up. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Charlotte leading by 3. Thompson in the corner. And yep, finally dropped after rolling around the rim. Thompson's got his first points of the game.
Well, the ability to rise and fire off the catches defined Klay Thompson.
They kick it out to Green. Here's Spates. And again, it's Virginia Beach missing. And so it's Charlotte with it. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Bangs home the trifecta.
It's rare that you see this from Duncan, so you know he had to really like the shot.
And it's Green missing. Duncan outside. Pass to Suggs. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Here's Suggs. Pass to Williams. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does. On the dunk by Duncan.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Bogut with it. Isaac picks him up. Looking to end the run. And it's laid in by Bogut.
Well, this guy very capable of using a variety of moves. Andrew Bogut, not that predictable to defend in the painted area.
Now, here's Suggs. Pass to Thompson. Back to Suggs. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good from Duncan.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Spates with it. Down low. Here's Green. And he converts the layup.
Assisted by Maurice Spates.
Here's Suggs. Pass to Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
And Benyama up top. Over Williams. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Duncan outside. And the shot goes down. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. See you later. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. Tip-off goes to Charlotte. Suggs with the ball. To the paint. And Duncan throws it down.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Here's Pokusevski. Offline with his three. Here's Duncan. And Duncan throws it down.
That's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game. That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Here's Duncan.
A tremendous scorer with the ball in his hands. Duncan, just too much for the D to handle.
Personal foul.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws of this. The first one falls.
Tim Duncan. 2 shots.
And Duncan drops them both.
A big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Pass to Pokusevski. On the wing, Harris. Clock at 6. Good on the three-point shot.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And here is Suggs. And Duncan throws it down hard.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Now here is Harris. Pass to Ryan. Back to Harris. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
No one near Suggs as he lets it go. That three off the mark. To the right side. No good with the triple. Duncan surveying the D. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
And this is Thompson's calling card, an exceptional shooter from downtown.
Here's McGlory. Pass to Ryan. For three. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Charlotte leading by 6. Driving to the basket. No good from Duncan. And here's Minneapolis now. For three, Harris. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And another good read from Poku, just understanding when to get rid of it.
Duncan, a screen. To the inside. Stripped away. Isaac with the steal. Puts up a deep three. The offensive rebound. And Williams is right there.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Harris inside. Pass to Pokusevski. Here is Sengaila. Duncan defending. 5 to shoot. Unable to get that one. Good D by Thompson. Outside Williams. Duncan left side. It's blocked. Now Pokusevski. Over Williams. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Charlotte leading by 5. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. Minneapolis trails by 5. Harris outside. Lets it go. Down low. Here's McLaurin. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Murray surveying the D. The 3 from KD. It's not going to go for him. And Minneapolis has possession. They trail by 3. Pass to Toppin. Here's Lou. Drives to the hoop. And he finishes nicely on the way. Lou's got his first bucket in this one.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Now here's Toppin. And then Toppin with the jam.
And Toppin getting a little bit fancy with the throwdown that time.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Charlotte trailing. KD with it. Durant driving the lane. For 3, Murray connects from 3-point range.
And look at Murray's mechanics, making that corner 3 look easy.
Pass to Toppin. Back to Spates. And the slam dunk by Spates.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And here's KD for 3. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And man, you look at that release from Durant. He makes hitting a 3 look like a layup with that size and touch.
Spates with it. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
3.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Outside Durant. They get a hand on it. That doesn't go either for KD. And here's Hollins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It's on Porzingis.
Team foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Minneapolis.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the 3-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
You want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
Harris outside. Suggs with the steal. Here's Duncan. And it's good. 2 points.
Can't afford these defensive breakdowns, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, breakdowns like this are only going to hurt you moving forward and late in the game. Establish some trust and make the defense come together.
Here's Ryan following the basket by Tim Duncan. Ryan with the bucket. Ryan's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Duncan. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. The kick out to Williams. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Play not forcing anything, just waiting for his time, collecting points in the flow of the offense.
Here's Suggs. Six on the shot clock. The shot from the low post is good. Suggs has got his first points in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Charlotte.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure.
He does that so well. At his size, he's always a threat to throw it down.
Now Duncan. Isaac outside. Pass to Thompson. Over in the corner, Williams. Here's Duncan. And that one hits back iron.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Here's Harris. Diving in.
Devin Harris.
And slam dunk by Harris.
Yeah, that's just straightforward basketball from Harris. Driving to the hoop with purpose and not letting anyone, or anything for that matter, slow him down.
Inside, Isaac. Here's Duncan. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Well, recognizing the size mismatch and then turns it into an easy basket there. They've got to do a better job with defensive help.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Charlotte trails by 3. Pass to Suggs. For the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
Here's McGlure. To the wing right side. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's Sengaila. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Suggs looking around. There's the pick. The shot by Thompson, no good. Here's Ryan. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul.
Jonathan Isaac.
That's his first foul.
Timeout.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Minneapolis making a change here. Harris draws the double. Here's Hollins. Here is Sengaila. Shot clock at 2. Over Duncan. Songaila can't hit. Charlotte trailing. Nifty move. And there's the play inside by Duncan.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
On the wing, Harris. They set the screen. Pass to Ryan. The 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Duncan just out-muscling the defense and finishing through the contact.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching our 2K Sports broadcast. See you later. Hi, and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Cleveland will get the first possession. Now Yao to the middle, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Clark, I know you'd agree, Paolo Banchero has certainly lived up to the hype, being a #1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't do.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instant. Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Pass to Thompson. 5 to shoot. Durant just inside the line. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Kick by Yao to the inside. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Ball with it. To the paint. Here's Duncan.
And you have to appreciate the reach of Ming. Superb at putting himself in a good position there to block the shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And here is Ball after Julius Erving just hit the 3. And there's the foul. It'll go on Delano Banton. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And so here's Charlotte. 6-point game. And stolen by Yao.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. There's the pick. Here's Yao. Chalk up 2 there.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Here's Duncan. Yao Ming picking up that last basket.
Yeah, you got to honor Duncan from the mid-range. When he's got space to shoot, he does not hesitate.
Erving, good. Irving's got the lead up to 8 now for Cleveland.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Right side Durant. Fades back. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Boy, that mid-range Jay from KD can put people to sleep, boy. Tough to guard him at all 3 levels.
And Yao slams it in.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Now, here's Ball. Just 5 to shoot. What a shot by Durant!
3.
Well, Durant looks close to automatic. I mean, he does not second guess or hesitate at all his shot selection.
Pass to Yao. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here's Yao. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Basket counts.
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense.
Tim Duncan.
Duncan with the bucket.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasted possessions.
10.
Here's Suggs. Screen by Porzingis. Pass to Barnes. Latre nailed from three-point land.
3 points.
Boy, you got to respect the long-range accuracy of Barnes now. When he gets a little daylight, he's dangerous.
Oh, that was terrific.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
Cleveland leading by 8. A nice shot by Irving.
How about Irving stretching out the defense, making the most of a rare trip behind the arc.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Delano Banton.
Second personal.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Foul.
On defense, Cleveland. Banchero outside. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Banchero answering. I'm here, he says, firing right back from deep.
Yao. And finished off by Yao.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Suggs looking around. Shot clock at 6. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. Here's Banchero. In the corner, Irving with it. Down low. And finished off by Yao.
Check out Yao doing big man things. I mean, this guy's size makes those openings easy picking.
Now, here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Suggs.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Hold on.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Delano Banton.
Third personal foul.
And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
And here is Suggs. Pass to Porzingis. And Irving pulls it down. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Cleveland. A three-pointer is right on target. Luz got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. And timeout is called by Erik Spoelstra. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Charlotte trails by 13. Durant for 3. They grab their own miss. Duncan tries again, and it's good on the way in.
Solid job positioning and really good intensity and focus from Duncan that time to get to that second shot opportunity.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Outside ball. Here's Duncan. And the dunk by Duncan.
Boy, that's a powerful throwdown by Duncan. He saw an opening there and took full advantage of it.
Inside. Here's Mobo. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Lou. Just 5 on the clock. On its way from Irving for 2. Duncan grabs the rebound. Charlotte trails by 11. Thompson outside. Back to Duncan.
Cleveland foul. Julius Irving. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now Duncan. 6 to shoot. With the second effort, the putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Leaving no doubt, Duncan gets the rebound and powers that one.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Cleveland leading by 9. Pass to Yao. On the corner. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
How about Ming just going to work? His guys are getting him the ball, and boy, is he rewarding.
Thompson with it. Back to KD. From deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room.
Oh!
Mercy, mercy me. Banchero put it on the show.
Thompson from long range. On the wing, Irving. For the 3. It's good from long range. Irving's got a couple of three-pointers now in the 4th for Cleveland. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise!
Banchero outside. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Cleveland leading by 16. Pass to Howland. And here's Banchero. Fires from the corner. And that one's good. Holland.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Duncan outside for three. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
You set him up, Tim Duncan will knock him down.
Now with the ball. Picked up by Banchero. Holland goes back up. And finished off by Yao. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony and Clark Keller, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching.